So my inspiration really comes from little trash. I mean, there's a lot of fabric that's around our studio that hasn't been used, and one of the questions I always asked myself was, what can I do with this? I don't want to waste it. So really my inspiration comes from the waste that I produce, the waste that other people produce. Okay, can I use the entire piece of material? Or can I upcycle this dress that I found at Goodwill? Well, there's all this glass on the ground. What can I do with that? And that's really where my inspiration from is. It's like, okay, I have this. What can I do with it? My designs come from the entire concept of sustainability. I just look at trash and I'm like, ooh, I like that. The earth can't sustain that much waste and cannot sustain everybody on earth.
Your fashion piece?
Pick sustainability because it's the right thing to do. Some of the fashion trends that I don't like and that you really see a lot are these fast food chain stores that have all these garments that are like quickly produced. They look on the runway, look at what designs are popular, and then they'll just reproduce them really fast, make them out of cheap material, and so it'll get a hole in it easily, or it'll fall apart. It won't last as long. That produces more waste. And not only that, who's making all these garments that have to be produced in a week? When you start thinking about what you're doing, it takes longer. And that's fast fashion doesn't allow you to sit back and think about what you're doing. I find new material every day. At one point I was out in the woods and I found a plank of wood that I wanted to use, and so now I have to think about how I'm going to use it. You have to constantly be aware of what you're working with, and okay, how much thread am I using? What kind of seam should I sew that uses the less amount of thread? What kind of thread should I use? What kind of fabric should I use? What materials do I have? And I think a lot of designers do consider that, but for sustainability and for actually really zero waste pattern making I just make a pattern like, okay, well, I need 2 armholes and 1 head hole. So let's just draw a couple circles on a piece of material and see how it comes out. It's really just, can I make something and can I make it look good? Rather than designing something on the body and like, oh, that looks pretty, now let me make the pattern. Make the pattern first.